I made a better casserole than my sister-in-law at a family reunion, and now she thinks I upstaged her on purpose. So my husband Jake is the oldest of two brothers in his family. His younger brother married this woman Sarah about 3 years ago, and I've only met her maybe 5 times because they live 6 hours away. We don't really know each other that well, like we're friendly when we see each other at holidays, but we've never hung out one-on-one or texted or anything, just the basic family small talk. Last month, Jake's mom decided to throw this big family reunion at the park. She made this whole Google Doc sign-up sheet for who was bringing what food. There were slots for main dishes, sides, desserts, all that stuff. I saw that 2 people needed to bring casseroles, so I put my name down on one slot. A few days later, Sarah signed up for the other casserole slot. I didn't think anything of it. The day before the reunion, I'm at the grocery store trying to decide what casserole to make. I could have done something basic like green bean casserole or mac and cheese, but I'd been obsessing over this wild mushroom dumpling casserole recipe I saw on Instagram. It had these fancy mushrooms and homemade dumplings on top and looked amazing. I figured a family reunion was the perfect time to try it out. I spent like 3 hours making it that night, chopping all the mushrooms, making the dumplings from scratch, getting the sauce just right. It came out looking restaurant quality. The next day at the reunion, I set my casserole on the food table and saw Sarah's dish right next to it. She'd made scalloped potatoes. They looked fine, pretty standard. Nothing special, but nothing wrong with them either. When it was time to eat, people started going through the food line. I was sitting with Jake when I noticed everyone was loading up on my mushroom casserole, like multiple spoonfuls. I heard people saying stuff like, "Oh my god, this is incredible," and "Who made this?" I felt pretty good about it, not gonna lie. Then I looked over at the food table and saw Sarah's scalloped potatoes were barely touched. Maybe 2 people had taken small portions. Most of her dish was just sitting there while mine was almost gone. Sarah was standing near the dessert table watching this happen. Her face looked really tight and fake smiley, the way people look when they're trying not to cry. I felt bad, but I didn't know what to say. It's not like I could make people eat her potatoes. The rest of the reunion was kind of awkward. Sarah barely talked to anyone and left early, saying she wasn't feeling well. I helped clean up and took my empty casserole dish home, feeling weird about the whole thing. 2 days later, Jake got a call from his brother. Apparently, Sarah had been crying to him about how I deliberately tried to make her look bad. She was convinced I knew she was making scalloped potatoes and purposely made something fancy to upstage her. Her husband told Jake that Sarah felt humiliated because everyone kept asking who made the mushroom dish and completely ignored hers. He said she spent all day making those potatoes from her grandmother's recipe and felt like I ruined the reunion for her. Jake tried to explain that I had no idea what she was making and that I would never do something mean like that on purpose. But his brother just kept saying I should have checked with her first before making something so elaborate. Now Sarah won't respond to any of my texts. Jake's mom called me asking if I could apologize just to keep the peace, but I honestly don't know what I'm apologizing for. Making food that people liked? The whole family is acting weird now, like I committed some crime by bringing a good casserole to a potluck.